How's it going, Sha?
Hey.
We are in very different places about your return right now. Let me tell you.
I know. We are. I am, of course, happy to be back. Don't chew on that, Lucinda. I am, uh, just so that the listeners, our troops and correspondents know, um, I am laid up with a broken ankle, and I'm recording this time from my bed. My
Hell yeah.
sister has been here helping me for a couple of days. She just left about 30 minutes ago to go back
Oh,
to Atlanta. Um, and so I'm back to just kind of chilling. My roommate's out of town too again, so I'm back to kind of chilling alone, me and a cat who is on the bed with me and actively trying to chew up all the cables coming out of my computer. Yeah.
okay.
So, it's all great. I mean, it's great to be back, but it's also ugh.
The office still stands. I have no problem sending my kids and having them do anything you want. They could put on a show. You know what I mean? They could do chores, they could sing,
They
whatever
will
you
not.
need. Oh man, that's what kids are for, I think. You know what I
I
mean?
think I think, yeah, no, I could see.
I admittedly thought we were gonna get you on like your like revenge tour energy, yo. Cause like you posted on IG a throwback memento of one of the great New York comedy moments, in my opinion, when you threw a Thug Passion episode
Right.
with you and your homie Courtney when y'all did a
Mhm.
reenactment of Belly at Union Hall.
Yes.
I was so excited. Y'all did great cover work. You know, y'all took over the roles of DMX and Nas on the famous Belly cover.
I had a thing called Thug Passion Presents where
Yep,
we would
yep.
have comedians, come out and gather up, and we would do table reads of classic Black cinema. And, we had done a few before at the Creek in the Cave, and because that was a much bigger stage, and the people that we had, doing the table reads ended up like acting out scenes. So it was multimedia, multicultural, uh, real wild. And so the first one we did then was Baby Boy.
Okay.
And then our second one was New Jack City, which was a mess. It was just so many people. That movie, the movie isn't 3 hours long, but there's like Scorsese levels of stuff in it, it feels
Okay.
like. So we had people running in and out, and that was insane. We did Set It Off third, and then a little hiatus. And then we thought, let's see, let's see if the good people of Park Slope in Brooklyn
Yeah.
want to see us do this. So we took it to Union Hall, and then we were like, well, we gotta pull out the big ones.
Oh
So
yeah.
we pulled out Belly, which I had not seen before, like recording, like doing the show. Um,
Oh.
and and so I was not that surprised to find out that it really uh has no plot. It peters out kind of to nowhere.
It
So
is it is a classic, but I will say it is legitimately a terrible movie.
it is. It
Uh,
is not good. But I
no.
mean, that opening scene is so hot that basically the way we even opened it was I think it starts with DMX doing some sort of poetry.
As you should.
And then the opening scene, which if you're not familiar, you guys need to pause us, run to YouTube, put in Belly opening scene and watch that. You should know that this movie is directed by Hype Williams, who made all of your favorite fisheye hip hop videos that were not the Beastie Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Busta, Missy, all of them. Uh, he was the go-to video director for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so that means it's going to be real flashy. And again, like we said, the main actors were Nas and DMX. So it beautiful. It just
Yeah.
looked great. And then we
True
just showed,
thespians.
Yes. So we showed that opening in its entirety because there's no dialogue. There's nothing to act out. It's just the beauty of that scene. And then we had comedians come on and play different roles. And so we had Nori Davis in the Nas role, and we had
Love
Sam
it.
J playing DMX. Now, Sam
Perfect.
J's birthday was the day before we did this show. So she was
Whoa.
coming to us in a state. Like she seemed comatose. And I was just like, is she even know does she know where she is? Does she know what she's supposed to do? And when I say that bitch pulled it together and put on a fantastic show, Nori was excellent as Nas. We always like to have like a trick casting, which for us is just putting a white person in a role that people are like, really? Um, so for that one, there's a character for no reason, by the way, in Belly. When they go to Jamaica, there's a Jamaican guy who's a hookup in some way. And so I put in my good friend, my very close friend, Noah Garden Schwartz. Now
Oh, hell yeah.
you may hear that name and go, that doesn't sound like a Jamaican. You are not wrong. Noah Garden Schwartz is not Jamaican. He is Jewish. For whatever reason, and he warned me beforehand. He was just like, know that I'm doing this with as much care and respect as possible. But he had a weekend in a hotel somewhere, doing a show somewhere, and he was looking over the source material, and he decided that he would learn a patois to
Look at
say
that
his
man.
few lines. So
Dedication to the craft, yo.
Noah, who was like a 6'2", 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah.
tall Jewish guy, was sitting on our stage, and people, I'm sure, were wondering why. And then when it came to his part, he said this stuff in this deep Jamaican patois, and we all disintegrated laughing. Like, what? The movie is chaotic. The performance that we did was unhinged. We did a few more there at Union Hall. We did Above the Rim. we did
Oh.
we did Poetic Justice. And by the way, in Above the Rim, we had J.P. McDade, which is one of the most Irish names you could have. And so, indeed, yes, an Irish man played the Dwayne Martin part. Is that who it was?
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, I was just like, who can ball? I'll have him play like.
That's awesome.
We had Poetic Justice, and I can't who played Tupac for us in that one. Rufat, I think.
Okay.
Rufat Agayev. So
Yo.
yeah, we really.
Yo, low key, you kind of got a who's who.
Yeah, we
Like,
had a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, and then our the one
that's a
that
lot
was
of Emmy nominees you got over there. Yo,
yeah, we had a lot of people.
You got a stacked lineup on these shows.
We had a stacked lineup. We did like we did a 3-episode podcast version of it, of the first 3 that we did. Baby Boy and New Jack City and blah blah blah. That was for like Stitcher Premium, so you had to pay to hear it.
Okay.
There was a young woman over there who was trying to develop more shows with Black people, and she saw our show and was just like, yeah, let's see if we can do this in podcast form. And on those, we had like one episode had Nori and Seton Smith. One had Roy Wood Jr. and Noah Gardsworth. One had Marie Faustin and Sydney Washington. Like, we had people doing this because they were like, this is insane. But we were too close. Like, we were early, and people didn't see our vision right away.
Got
And
ejacking your
so we
swag,
didn't.
yo.
Yeah, we couldn't hold on to the space, and we were having a hard time finding other spaces. And in the meantime, that idea like made it out, and we saw other people doing like live reads of, and it was perfect because it was classic Black cinema. We were in the 25-year anniversary part.
Yeah.
So people were starting to celebrate that, yada yada. So all of that is to say, the day that I posted that on IG was like the 6-year anniversary of us doing Belly. And
Okay.
Courtney and I realized that. We were like, oh, wow, down to the date. And that picture is a framed copy of the poster that I have in my bedroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I took a picture of that and I posted it. And I was just like, hey, we're so proud of this thing that we did. I don't know how many people knew we did it, but we had so much fun doing it. I just want to let people out there who are creative know, like, don't get mad if you're doing a thing and you're not able to do it like to your fullest and maybe you see it copied elsewhere, all that kind of
Yeah,
shit. Just know that have fun while you're doing it, and that while you're doing it the way that you want to do it, like have fun and know that you did do it as well. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
acknowledge the work you've done and also make sure you're doing it to have fun. That's the whole reason why when I saw other people doing it, I never really got salty. I was just like, yeah, no, I mean, it is a good idea. We got there first. We did
that's
it.
beautiful.
Who knows if they saw what we did, but it is a good idea ultimately, good luck with it, blah, blah, blah. And I put that up there and I was like, that's real touchy feely for me.
Yeah.
But I also have been sitting on IG for a couple of weeks watching people, live the best lives possible that they want to post and out
Mhm.
here doing stuff. And I can't go anywhere for at least another month and a half to 2 months. And I was just like, I don't want y'all hoes to forget that I'm out here though. Please believe some of y'all are coasting. Y'all ain't really doing the work like you're supposed to. I'm hearing from my people out in the fields. Y'all is slipping. Don't don't think I'm not gonna come back and come for your necks.
Yo,
Please. Yeah.
Sha,
Don't
when you
don't think I
posted that,
won't.
I read that shit. I jumped up in my living room seat, yo.
Because it came out of nowhere. Because it was
Yo.
real. My posts were very nostalgic, and we had so much fun. And these are the people who did it. And please have fun while you're doing your thing, or else, because it doesn't mean it's going to get big. But if you did it without the idea of having fun with it, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Blah blah blah. And then the next screen was just black with this little
Coming for
print
your
in it, like, "But I'm
next.
coming for your next, though," and I'm dragging my ankle behind me.
Oh
So
man. That shit, like the first part would be like if you won the Emmy, and then the second part would be if I won the Emmy. And like that's us back to back, same speech. You
right,
know what I mean?
yes.
I was so hyped. I was like, oh hell yeah. You know what I mean? Shaw's ankle injury got her getting back in the boxing mode, yo. She coming back gangster. It's
Yeah, I guess
over.
so. I mean, I am a little pre-boxer mode right now. I'm still in the sad kind of woe is me, like what have I done to myself? How do I rebound? Is this it? Like, I have to it's work to keep yourself in a positive mind state. It is.
Yeah,
It's work. So now I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out what the work is every day to not spiral, cuz spiraling is easy, you know?
yeah,
Um, but I so now I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out what that looks like to not let yourself go or whatever. Um, but I also know that there is a part of me that is extremely competitive, and I try to only tap into that when I need to.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to fucking turn you on full throttle probably in order to get back because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think these folks really understand, and I feel like they're coasting. I don't even know what it is that I am, because at a point, I'm just like, I don't even know if I believe in myself and what I've been saying lately, and I know that I can do better with the jokes that I've been doing lately,
Mm.
and I
When you say better, you mean you can go deeper with the joke, or you can
yes.
perform okay.
Yeah, I can go deeper with the joke and deeper with the material and really, like, I'm like, there's something that every joke that I've been telling lately, I'm like, this is the top layer, and there's something I'm trying to say. Whatever it is that I was thinking of that made me think of the joke, it was much bigger and broader and deeper than the joke that came out of it. And I feel like
Oh,
what I've written is a lot of introductory jokes, but I haven't like really gotten into whatever it is I'm trying to get into. The thing that got me to the introductory joke. And so that's something that I've been struggling with for, I mean, maybe a year now, or I'm just like, this ain't enough. This ain't enough. So,
that's real.
yeah, like that. I'm like, I know there's more. I know there's more. That's constantly going in my head, and I'm just like, how do I get to the more and that kind of thing. And so Now I'm like, well, you have to get to the moor because you have to get back out here and you can't come back out here and just say the same shit that you were saying before. Time is of the essence. Your bones are falling apart.
Hell
Your
yeah.
your bones are disintegrating right now. And it's not gonna get better. You're gonna be full of pins. You keep fucking around.
Real talk, yo.
You know, if you're gonna be hell bent on being a middle-aged to older woman living in a city that's made of nothing but concrete stairs, then yeah, you need to get to it quickly.
Broken ankle shot coming for your throats, yo.
Yeah, so if I gotta step on these little kids who are meandering around where the joke is, then I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do.
She coming for you.
Yeah.
Cast foot heavy first.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. This cast weighs a ton. My cast weighs a ton.
Oh man. I love gangster shot.
I know. Oh, do
I
you?
love motivated shot. I'm so happy about this.
Oh,
Sincerely.
that's good.
It's like real talk. I am so moved. I'm so happy to see it, you know. Excited on so many fronts.
Mm,
Um Also, like, I was hyped to see this because, like, I like seeing you in good spirits. That's
right.
cool. But I like seeing you in angry spirits too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. People I have gotten feedback that people like it when I get angry.
Yo, that
And
shit
it
dope,
is
B.
very funny and entertaining when I am annoyed to angry.
Hell yeah, yo. I'm excited. I love to see it. I'm so hyped, yo. This is gonna be a movement, yo. Real
Oh,
talk.
boy.
Get y'all shit together, people. Okay? Shot coming for y'all, yo.
Yeah. I know that sounds
Over.
and then when I say, "Yeah, I'm coming for you," it's like, here I come, blah, blah, blah." But, I like to underpromise and over deliver.
Okay.
So even with my foot's on your neck, that's how it sounds. I can't do the way that you are able to vocally sound like you are about to curb stomp someone.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that vocally. I cannot do that unless I am in that energy. So I
Yeah.
can talk about myself being in that, but unless I'm in that moment, I can't do it. So I have to truly be annoyed. And then I like blank out or something. I can't. So when I come to, people are like, that was hilarious, but you sent 4 people to a therapist at 9 p.m. Like, I watched half the audience sign up for better health. I don't know what you based on what you said to them. It was funny, though.
Yo, why do you keep using Shalewa Sharpe as a referral code for better
Right?
health? This is crazy. She warned y'all, okay? Get it right. It's a new time, you know? I love that broken ankle shot is just my energy all the time. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
right.
I'm excited for this, you know? Low key, might hope you break your ankle again every year. You
Nope.
know, just to like bring it back.
No, no,
No?
I'm
No,
not.
that's too far? Okay.
It'll be fully metal by then.
By the way, I gotta tell you, you
Mm,
you for someone with a broken ankle, like you're
mhm.
deceptively athletic. You know what I mean?
How was that?
Like, I don't know, like you said you needed like I went to pick up Sha,
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Gastor was my
And
ride pre and post-op.
yeah, I went to pick you up and like you were like, all right, I need some help going up the stairs. I help you
Mhm.
up the stairs, and then we get to like this, and each step is like 6 inches.
Yeah,
You
those
know
are
what I
steep
mean?
stairs, yes.
There's steep steps, we get you up. I'm like, okay, yeah, this going, Sha needs help. But I didn't know it was gonna be this serious. You know what I mean? Okay, we get you up, and then we get to the car. I'm in a Pathfinder. You know what I mean? A solid 4 feet in the air. Shot
Right.
one hop all the way into the seat. I was like, yo, Sha, you need help. Help. What are you talking? She did a spin move on one of her arms. The little, what
The
do you call
crutch.
them? She got,
Yeah.
you spun on one crutch, handed me the other crutch, jumped on one leg, landed in the second seat in the back of the car. So I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I didn't know what happened. It was the smoothest thing I've seen in my life, yo. Like on God, I swore you've practiced it before. It was
No,
so perfect.
it's just I was like, as long as my coat doesn't get caught, I'm just gonna propel myself as far back as possible and then just shimmy the rest of the way. A lot of my athleticism is a very slow, careful pivot on these crutches and then throwing my body into a place and then shimmying the rest of it.
Listen, you
It's
got it.
it's a
Cause
lot of scooching. Most of what I do is scooching.
yo,
It's
because when I went to pick you up, you had the doctor wheel you out,
mhm.
and then you did it again, and me and her looked at each other like, what the she don't need us at all. Yeah, like we were just staring at each other like, what's that? What kind of scam she running on us? You had that lady push you in the wheelchair all up to my car, and then you
Right.
did the same pivot, spin, move, jump into a Pathfinder. She looked at me. She said, "I don't know what I'm doing at all. I serve no purpose here." That
I
was
just
highly impressive.
I just wanna athletically scooch my way in because sometimes too many, like, cooks, you know what I mean?
Nah, I dig it.
If there are, like, 5 arms helping,
Yeah,
there's, like, too many arms, and I'm like, it's all in the way, so I'm like, "Let me just try to do whatever." I mean, I also, like, I'm putting a lot of stress on my wrist because it's like I'm pushing off of my right side and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So, my body is like, I mean, all right, this is a lot. We'll adjust for it, but it takes a lot out of me. I would get into the kitchen and wash a few things or try to cook something. And then halfway through, I'm like, oh, I need to sit down.
yeah.
And then I have to go over and sit down and then get up and finish it and then lie down. I can't even enjoy the food I made. Like, all right. And the whole time my sister's here, she's like, you're not eating. And I'm like, yo, I'm too tired to eat. And finally,
Yeah,
I'm swinging my leg up and around onto my bed and the pillows and stuff. And she's like, um, I was just like, this just takes a lot out of me because I got to do it slowly. And she's like, well, is it heavy? And I'm like, oh, okay. So you haven't felt how heavy this fucking thing is. I'm like, put your hands out. And I just rested my leg on. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, this is a full bat. This is
yeah.
a bat, a couple of bats wrapped around my leg. I'm
Real talk.
dragging, and I got to drag this and lift it up and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is why I have to sit down
Real
halfway
talk.
through. Yeah, and she's like, "Well, this is why I keep telling you to just sit down and let me do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't know how to do nothing." And so then it's a back and forth, normal sister shit.
You heard it here
Um,
first. This summer for your kickball teams, hire Shalewa Sharpe. She's ready. She'll have the
yeah,
strongest leg in the game.
maybe. I wonder what's happening to my leg underneath it. You know what I mean? Because
Getting
when you
diesel.
take e- either my thigh is diesel, but the actual leg itself is going to be real puny. I
Doesn't
think
that mean you could
that's
jump higher? Isn't that like a thing?
nah.
Like
I
all the
have no.
basketball players got no calves.
You saw me jumping on them stairs. I have no hops. I could never jump.
So we're gonna
But
switch that up today, Sha. I got money on you dunking when you come back.
oh,
It's gonna
okay.
be crazy. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I'm glad you back. You know what I mean? 6 weeks out. Already
Ugh,
hosting shows. She does it all.
yeah.
Yeah, I ain't
I,
ready.
yeah. I did the whatever show I had with Carolyn that we co-host. I came in during FaceTime in the beginning to open the show with her. I'm still here. The brain is still moving. I just
Yo,
gotta. You just
I
gotta.
thought y'all
I'm in
should have
your
done that the
phones.
whole show. Y'all should have had because they got improv kids over there anyway. You should have had an improv kid move as if he was you.
I know. There was someone just holding their phone
Straight
up
up.
against the mic. I was like, yeah, no, move around like I do. That's a good point.
Yeah. Telling you. I think you should do your whole act like this. Just have people go. Just start sending people out, yo.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's very funny. That's very Doom.
Yeah, be
That's
like,
very just like it's not. Is that Shalewa? I can't tell past the mask, and it's
yo,
not. It's not, and you're gonna want your money back, but you're not gonna get it. You're not
it's
gonna get.
over.
I'm
Shalewa
one of the.
Doom.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people that actually saw Doom, and he really did show up, and we know it was him because he showed up at like 3:45 a.m. and the venue closed at 4. And it's
Oh
just
yeah.
like, well, I guess we just here till the sun comes up. But
That's,
absolutely, I will send out fake dooms.
I'm excited. Let's get
Yeah.
into some news.
Alrighty.
Kicking it off with Shalewa Doom. We got this Valentine's Day. Let sweethearts situationship boxes
Oh
have the art
no.
conversation. That's right.
Oh
For those
no.
relationships where you're not quite sure where you stand, there's now a candy for that. Spangler, the maker of the iconic Sweetheart Conversation hard candies, is releasing situationship boxes ahead of Valentine's Day. The candy, which is specially misprinted with blurry, hard to read messages, will be available to purchase at sweetheartcandies.com as of right now, actually. The situationship is defined as Oxford Languages a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal or informal. The term made it to the Oxford University Press shortlist for Word of the Year 2023, but it was beat out by Riz. Okay. Uh,
Boo.
Singles are taking situationships to the next level this year, and Sweethearts is there for them, said Evan Brock, the VP of marketing for Spangler. The printing on the Sweethearts isn't always perfect. This is our way of embracing those imperfections in a way to tap into the pop culture. Yo, that's gangster. So they had misprints, and instead of throwing them out,
They called them situationship.
yo, they called them situationships.
Yo,
Yo, that's
okay.
brilliant.
Okay, you know what? Now that you've put that spin on it, I can respect it because
Yo,
I was getting heated at the idea that these executives were like, well, let's do I hear my nieces and nephews say situationship. Why don't
mhm,
we do a heart like that? But instead we'll just make it blurry. Like they think that a situationship just and that's not like there are things that you could there are clear words that you can say that still make
mhm,
it situationshipy. And I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, y'all don't even wanna commit to what the words are to say that that means it's a situationship." But if
nah,
it's
B,
literally just, "Oh, these are the rejects," and you can't
straight
read them
up.
very well, much like in a situationship, you don't know what's going on, then I'm here for it. I like that reading of it.
Real talk, yo. That's impressive, yo.
Yeah, I'm okay
Somebody
with
was at
that.
the factory like, we can't be throwing out 8% of the candy.
Yeah, yeah.
Blurry, nah, B. This is situationship. Rebrand.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. That I mean, like, not to come on the side of big business, but that's just smarter than because like I said, I was offended at what they thought a situationship was, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm impressed, B. I dig it. Uh, it's one of the few times that like, yeah, I'm pro big business. Y'all did well here. Um,
Yeah, what a way to make, lemonade out of candy hearts.
well done, yo. What much respect. In other news, man was arrested after he naked dive into an aquarium at
Oh,
the
right.
Alabama Bass Pro Shop. That's right.
Sure.
George Owens, 42, was arrested after he allegedly stripped naked and jumped into the Bass Pro Shop aquarium.
Mhm.
The man was arrested and will be charged on Friday after he dove naked into the aquarium. This was in Leeds, Alabama. Leeds Police Chief Paul Irwin said the incident happened shortly before the store closed. Okay. The
Okay.
yeah, that's reasonable. It's respectful, you know. The 42-year-old man reportedly began acting erratically and intentionally drove a vehicle into a pole in the store parking lot. The man's family told police he suffers from mental illness. Oh, that's a shame, man. After
Right.
the crash, police said the suspect exited the vehicle, stripped his clothes off, and ran into the Bass Pro Shop. Once inside, the man jumped into the aquarium.
Um, okay. Uh, for people if for anyone who hasn't seen the clip of this man in the aquarium, it's not it's a big aquarium. I
Mhm.
thought this was a proper aquarium, is how big
Okay.
the tank was. Because I saw footage and I'm like, how is this man fully submerged? How did he get into this aquarium like this? And I didn't
Mhm.
realize it was in a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how big is your fucking Bass Pro Shop? But but then I got to think it's like Leeds, Alabama. I believe that's like right outside of Birmingham or something, Alabama. And so I mean, it is Alabama, and so it's going to be Bass Pro Shop is a big thing, you know. But
I mean,
like, how big is it was so big. It was so big. Like it was a tank that if a smaller shark had come through, I would have been like, sure. Because it's an aquarium. Because it's that size. It's actual aquarium sized tank.
listen, I was impressed. I
You were
feel
you?
like,
Because the internet was not impressed because you couldn't see his junk at all.
well, I think
And I actually feel for that man because when he finally has his like when the cloud clears, I hope he does not see what people have been saying about the lack of genital that people have been saying about his lack of genitals. And I really want to show because if you haven't seen the footage, yeah, it's on someone's phone and he's already in the aquarium and everything. But I just don't think you're probably still thinking, oh, like a big aquarium in a store. This isn't like big aquarium in a store. This is like a wall sized. It appeared to be a wall sized like aquarium.
yeah,
I can't stress that enough. How like he was in it fully. I'll let's put him at like 5'10". Let's say he's like a 5'8" to 5'10" tall man.
right.
Plenty of water above his head. It wasn't like he was, barely he was in there. He was submerged.
Yep.
Also, I bet they put that aquarium in the hopes that young women in bikinis would jump in there.
Not this man.
Nope. Mm-mm.
He was
Yeah.
there for it. He
Yeah.
did. I don't know. I feel like where else should you go naked? I feel like this is the place.
Well, you know
This
what?
is
It's not that the going there naked. It's that there are so many Bass Pro Shops. That shit feels like home. It's literally bodegas for people.
yeah.
You
Like
know
I
how
feel
you
like
are just like there's a bodega on every corner, and I feel comfortable here. People have Bass Pro Shops, and they're like, nah, this is my Bass Pro Shop.
yeah. I honestly think that's kind of what threw me off. Like when you go to like New York and you go to a bodega in the morning, you're gonna see people in PJs. You've made
Yes.
the perfect assumption of the perfect way of describing it. It's part of your living room, part of your house at that time of
Yep.
day. You
Absolutely.
know,
Mhm.
so when I see this big of a tank, to your point, a
Yeah.
shark worthy tank,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, I'm blown away that this isn't part of the Bass Pro Shop experience. You know what I mean? Come through last hour of the day, you could jump in naked. I feel like that should be the norm.
I mean, that's a lot of cleaning. You should not. There should be a separate swimming one. There's a reason why they put the chlorine in the
Yeah,
water for the people and not for the fish. You know what I
the
mean? But
chlorine after 5.
yeah, I mean, like it is. I really was just like, is this their like flagship store with that kind of aquarium, or is there just that much space in? You know what I mean? Is the Bass Pro Shop, is that particular Bass Pro Shop the one for northern Alabama?
It's the
You know
one
what
where
I
you go
mean?
naked to.
Yeah, it's the one where it's like, yo, maybe who knows? But I just can't get over how big that thing is.
I'm
That
impressed. I think he saw a moment. He said, "Listen, I've been meaning to do this my whole life
for
for
years,
years."
he's probably wanted to do that.
He's been saying it like, "Yo, listen, one of these days I'm gonna jump into this shit naked." Nah, no, you're not. Watch me. Boom. Saw his moment, seized his opportunity, lived his dream. Yeah, they making fun of his penis, but you know what?
But you know what?
I don't even know where to go. But yeah, he's happy
Yeah,
though.
but you know what? He got to swim. He also they tried to get him out of there, and he kept yelling at the cops and diving back into the water. And they said he was saying lots of nasty things to the officers, and somehow he's still alive. Not saying, just saying. If that helps you picture, if that helps you picture what the dude looks like, he was able to jump naked into a giant aquarium at the Alabama Bass Pro Shop, cuss out the cops, refuse to come out of there, and he's still alive.
Oh
So,
yeah. You
there's
know,
that.
and the other thing, shot,
Uh,
every other animal in the pool is naked already. Why shouldn't he be?
oh,
Why are we the
well,
only ones stressed going in there?
yes, no, no, sure, absolutely. Put shoes on the fish. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not the naked part that bothers me. I mean, yes, if you want to be one with the fish and you've been dying to get in there, great, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the naked or the jumping in. My problem is, why is this big ass aquarium in here to begin with? And that's probably just like, that means beyond this aquarium is where we have all of our fishing stuff. So how
Yeah.
big is that warehouse? And then what is the tableau that you have to walk through to get to the guns? Do you know what I mean? Is there people actually shooting at you?
Yo, Bass Pro Shops is different, baby.
Yeah, like, do
Hell
you have
yeah.
to go through an obstacle course? Like, first you got to swim through this shark infested aquarium, and then
How
we got
bad you
some,
want it?
and then we got some bait for you on the other. How much you want these worms? Do you want these worms?
Yo, wild shit. You know, when I worked at Bob's Furniture, they
Hmm.
used to have big ass fish tanks in the front of every Bob's.
I believe that.
Every Bob's had like a huge fish tank. They had a contract with like a fish tank maintenance company, and like some dude would come and clean the fish tank and take care of these like
Right.
super exotic fish.
Yeah.
It was like an icebreaker. Like when you greeted people at the door, you'd be like,
How
"We
about
got fish." Crazy,
yeah.
right?
Look, there's
I don't even know what the
something.
fuck it was about it, but kids liked it.
That's the thing, because I think when people are thinking about a big aquarium in a store or something like that, they are thinking of that kind of thing, because there's something about aquariums and businesses or businessmen
Yeah,
where they love having weird exotic fish, like, on display
yeah.
in places where you're like, "Why do you have a fish tank here?" So,
That shit made no sense, yo. We was selling pleather sofas. And
yes.
they're like, yeah, yo, also look at this fish tank that's worth more than all of the furniture in the store.
Right.
By far.
S So I think that's probably what people are thinking, 'cause I definitely have been in places and I'm like, "I don't understand why a fish tank is here." You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get new tires. You know what I mean? Like, they're in weird places, and the people who gravitate towards it is just like, "I love fish, and I wanted to have a huge exotic collection in every of one of my locations," and you're like, "Alright, weirdo." Like, that's probably what people are thinking. That's
Wasn't
why I wanted to make sure our listeners know this was a wall-sized, like, this was the size of the Chattanooga Aquarium, the Georgia Aquarium, what I guess is the New York. I'm sure there's an aquarium. I know there's one somewhere here.
am I crazy to think that there was a fish tank in Belly?
Of course there was, right?
Right? Yeah.
In that house?
I feel like yeah, in the crib. There was like a big ass
Yeah.
fish tank.
Now let me tell you something. Thugs love fish.
Yo, real talk.
Like, there's something about, you know? And that's what I mean. And I don't mean just like street thugs. I mean like thugs. I mean like company, like execs,
Yeah.
like people they love fish. They love looking through. That's how they get ideas. It's just like a calming thing for them. That's why I'm not surprised that Bob's Furniture had a big
Straight
fish
up.
tank. I'm sure strikes me as the kind of guy who first would name a place Bob's Furniture, which doesn't even feel like a real store. You've named it several times, and I'm like, just give us the name of the actual store. And but he seems like the kind of person who probably has a big aquarium in his house, and he's like, I want one in every store. I love this
Yeah.
particular kind of rainbow fish. I want it everywhere. I want, you know what I mean? And just to show, no, I'm the man. I control, but I don't. But the great unknown of under the sea, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're
It was wild.
attracted to that shit.
It was the
And it,
start of every store visit, because like every store had a different uh like fish tank, or like they had like a pond. I'm like, why the fuck we got a pond? Like I'm trying to sell sofas. Like, this shit crazy. Like, there was a store I visited when I was training to be a manager, and they had like a 30-foot pond in the middle of the store. And
yeah.
like they're like, yo, we gotta figure out how to save on the hours that some people are working. I'm like, we got a pond maintenance budget, my G, at a
Right.
furniture store. That's the
Yes.
whole budget over right there. The overage is right
Mhm.
here. We got a $300 fish that we got to spend like $2,000 a month to take care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He like swimming around. This is real square footage. This is in the middle of New York. Dude got a
Yes.
2,000 square foot apartment underwater. for these like 4 fish. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. It made no
Yeah.
sense. Yo, that shit got me tight. I was like, yo, this is bananas. Why are we dedicating all of this footage to a fucking fish tank? You know what I mean? They would bring in like new pieces of furniture. They would be like, yo, we got to figure out how to relay out the store so we could fit in this like extra sofa set. Sofa set. We got a whole motherfucking sea aquatic life situation here, yo. Get rid of all this. You can fit all the sofas. All
Yeah.
of them will fit.
I bet you just a quiet, extremely lucrative business is the people who do maintenance on these aquariums, right?
Yeah, yo.
That's a whole world of that you don't even think about. But that is a
Yo.
whole world of people who are just going to these places and checking the pHs and doing all this shit and
Dude.
making,
Bank.
probably a good amount of money and busy
Yeah.
because there are places that you wouldn't even believe, car dealerships,
You know?
furniture stores. Like what? Why? Yeah.
Hell yeah. So all I'm saying is troops, correspondence. I challenge you.
Find
these ponds. Jump into all of them naked. Little penis, big penis, no penis, doesn't matter. Jump in. We believe that you deserve to be refreshed. You deserve that real estate just as much as that fish does.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what this man was a hero. He was doing it first. He went to this Bass Pro Shop. He said, this is a waste of footage.
Yeah.
I live in an 800 square foot apartment. There is no fish in this water. Why? Why are we dedicating all of this space to this? I refuse. He's like, I haven't taken a bath in years. I've been cleaning myself, standing up in the shower.
Right.
And you got a whole bathtub for 30 people in here. No, I'm taking a dive. I don't care. He went home, got his car, drove back. In his excitement, drove into a pole.
Uh-huh.
Got out the car, stripped, jumped in. The police saw it happen. They didn't stop it. They got him out, but they saw it. There's like, nah,
they saw
you know
it.
what?
They saw it happen. No one
We gotta let
stopped
him
him on
have
the
this
way
one.
in.
Yeah. Because he hit a pole. They could have stopped him outside.
Right. They could have kept him from coming in, but they did not.
They said,
I
no,
wonder
this
how
man has a
fast all
mission.
of that happened. If it was just like pole, what? Guys already stripping, walking in. Like
that shit was like the Erykah Badu video in Alabama, yo. Well, man.
Like before, like, wait, is he naked? We already made a video. Video's done now.
Yo, respect, homie. Hell yeah. In other news, America's workers are owed more than $163 million in back pay, Sha. See if you qualify. That's right. Over 208,000 workers across America are owed $163.3 million in back pay from companies that the U.S. Department of Labor said violated wage laws. The Labor Department disbursed over $26.9 million in back pay last fiscal year through the worker owed wage website. The wages benefited more than 3,972 workers, but thousands of workers have yet to claim their hard-earned money. And the department only holds on to it for 3 years before it's handed over to the U.S. Treasury. The Labor Department set up a workers' owed wages website where anyone can see if their current or former employer is listed and to check to see if their name is among those owed money. Back pay refers to the difference between what an employee was paid and the amount they should have been paid.
I'm looking to see if that's real. All of that feels, every part of that feels like a scam. But
yeah,
I mean,
it's USA Today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You think you can't have someone write copy like this, slip it over to a USA Today reporter with a $20 bill and a Starbucks coupon and have that shit be news? You think someone can't do that?
Shaw's not having it.
Most of their articles are infographics. And that was on print. That wasn't even like online infographics. I mean, like the first page was nothing but wacky cartoons dancing around bar graphs. Like, which don't get me wrong, is usually how I want to get my news, but I don't know. So I'm looking at I was like, what is this site that they want you to put in all this information and then looks like there's no money for you, but we got everything else. But it's literally you search by employer instead
Yeah.
of putting your name in. Look up the employer first. So I'm like, all right, maybe this is legit. It is a .gov.
Yeah, yo. I mean, that's the only part that scared me, quite honestly.
No, the dot the it's something. Well, here's what scared me. It's webapps.dol.gov. And the DOL is
Yo.
for Department of Labor, but the web apps part had me like, web app? What? We don't do all right. But .gov, I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then the first thing that pops up says, this is an official website of the US government. Here's how you know. And I'm like, okay, well, good. You know this shit looks fake.
We don't know how to design sites, so we just letting you know this is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they're
We
like,
did this
the
no Wix.
.gov. The first thing I click to see, here's how you know it's real. The .gov means it's official. That's the first thing it says. So I'm like,
Official
okay.
because we're telling you it's official.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, I guess. So I'm like, all right, so maybe this is legit.
And in particular, people that have worked in food service industries,
Oh, for sure.
construction, healthcare. Those are the three industries that had the most money that's still unclaimed. 41 million, roughly $41 million in the food service industries, $28 million in construction, $19 million in healthcare, another $9 million in temporary health. All of that money and $8 million in retail, all is still unclaimed. So yeah, if you work in any of those gigs, check out your company, see if they did something weird,
Yeah.
shady, and they owe you a check. You know what I mean? It's that time of year. You can buy some Jordans, some new pennies. You get some Dickies.
Oh my God. If you are going to get your unclaimed wages and then buy Jordans, let them keep it. Don't do that.
Buy some Jordans.
No, fuck them Jordans. What them Jordans ever do to you?
Real talk. You deserve them. Okay.
Don't get them Jordans.
Go
Don't get
back to work and stun on them, B. Tell me you ain't got these 11s.
with your back, man.
Tell them they ain't an investment. Okay.
An investment that you're wearing that you can't crease, so you got to walk funny. Get out of here.
Hell yeah.
Stop it. Free yourself from the Jordan mindset. You can do it.
Walk with stiff toes, 3 layers of socks.
Don't do it. You need them toes. When you break your ankle, you're going to need them toes. They're not even going to know how to move.
Real talk, B. Just tell people you flat-footed, okay? That's how you walk now, yo.
We literally are the angel and the devil on your shoulder right now. If you are looking it up and you're like, oh, wait, I do have some money coming to me and I do have a pair of Jordans in mind, we literally popped up as just like, do it. Don't do it.
It's that time, baby.
It's that choice is yours, but ain't you hungry? Ain't someone around you hungry?
Yo, you know how you get to the restaurant faster? In Jordan.
In them shoes? You shuffling in them shoes? You can't even tie them shoes. You gotta put bags on the shoes to get to the restaurant. You shuffling to the front door to get the Chinese food that was delivered to you in them shoes. Get out of here. Also, it's gonna snow and shit. You ain't wearing them out for months and months. Nah, don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do someone who can't wear the shoes. Wear the shoes. If you're gonna buy the shoes, wear the shoes. Crease all them bitches.
Rock all of them joints, yo. Stun on them people, yo.
Yeah, I agree. You should wear the shoes, but I'm a crease them bitches, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about your legacy, your resale value. I don't care. I got outfits to get off, and I also have stairs to walk up. And one of those means I'm going to have to bend my foot. And guess what? That's what we're doing.
Right. So what are you doing with footwear right now with the boot situation?
Okay, so I just have one pair of sneakers that I can get to anyway. And I'm just hopping in the left one, hoping it's not fucking up the that's what I'm using to walk. Is I'm wearing one sneaker, and that's fine because I'm not really going anywhere, and this is a workable sneaker. It's got plenty of whatever.
Yeah.
As you as troops and correspondents may know, I got too many Sauconys. Is my issue. Um, so I guess when I get to a point, that I can walk around and I have like a walking boot and crutches or whatever the case is, where I can kind of go a few places again. The other shoe is just going to be one of these sneakers. And
Yo.
congrats, everybody. You're going to see one of 22, 25 pair of sneakers that I own. All of them, the left side's just going to be a little more worn than the right. Just a little, because I can't walk on it proper. I can only hop on it. So it's not really, but they're
That's
all
just heat, yo.
cushy enough. But yeah, no, I still somehow in my foresight, I will still be able to stunt on you with all of these sneakers in all of these colors
Hell
because
yeah,
I
yo.
have a shopping problem.
Yo. I was curious, like if you still put the other shoe on the cast foot,
Oh
or if you
no, it
put it
can't fit.
on the crutch
Oh, on the crutch, no, because
and
it
like
won't
stuff
tie.
it.
It's the crutch is just. I need the suction cup on the bottom of that crutch. So I can't put it in the sneaker. And then I can't put
Ah,
the sneaker on my foot because I literally would have to deconstruct the sneaker. My foot
yeah,
is so yeah, so you just use one shoe. That's what you do in these cases.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about crazy. Yeah, I've been so because like you blew my mind. So like when I dropped off Sha, your roommate
Mhm.
was way more informed about how to use crutches than I thought possible. And he told me that there are YouTube tutorials
Oh, right.
on how to use crutches. The rabbit hole I went down at that point.
Did you look them up?
Hell
I
yeah,
meant of course you did.
you
Of course you
yo, that's all I want to be now is a crutch influencer. Okay? That shit's crazy. There's people dedicating time to teaching people how to do random things, like how to
right.
use crutches effectively. And
Mhm.
like now I was thinking like that could just be your whole thing. Like, I just walk on crutches for style. Like it's my whole I broke my leg once, I recovered, but like I was like, yo, I'm faster this way. 3 points of contact instead
I
of two.
can't imagine being faster than I mean, if you get to I imagine if I didn't have this heavy thing on my
Yeah.
leg and and I felt steady enough with how I was placing them and everything, I had breakfast and caffeine in my system. I absolutely could hoof it down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, you covering a
I was
lot
gonna
of
say
ground,
you can do
kind
nothing.
of
Yo,
gazelle style. Yes,
exactly.
absolutely.
I'm telling you, you can do speed with them joints. You know what I mean? Then you can like, expand. You can start doing dance routines with them. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Nobody could do your nobody could do your moves. You got the extra like arm. You know what I mean? Like everybody's done with the arm and legs. You got arm, legs, crutch. There's
Right.
like extra moves you could do that nobody's thought of. You're expanding what's possible.
You
You know what I
are
mean?
you are at a level of positivity that I'm not at right yet. And I love to see it and I hope to get there. But,
Yo, like
I'm like, maybe one day, Gastor, I can be on a dance floor with my crutches, but we don't know.
like I already saw like you do like a spin off of one crutch onto the broken cast onto the other crutch, like a triple spin, and that shit would fuck up the game, yo. You were crushed on So You Think You Could Dance. You know what I mean? And the tryout was I already didn't see the tryout. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
yeah, she didn't know she wanted to be a dancer. She was a comedian at first. Then she broke her leg and she saw the difference in the art form. Everybody dances 4-4 rhythm, but she was like, I could dance 3-4. You
Yeah.
know, she dances exclusively to songs by Twista. You know,
I
bounce
mean, I
tracks.
do somebody's got to. I do enjoy a weird time signature. I do
Yeah,
listen to a lot of a lot of 5/4 songs. I
I'm
got a lot
telling
of
you.
Mission Impossible theme style songs. A lot of Take
Shalewa.
5, a lot of Dave Brubeck Take 5 in my in my head all the time, and I never considered that now that I have, basically one leg with two crutches that I. can do odd time signatures.
Yo, I'm telling you, you're not seeing all the options, yo.
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not there yet. I'll journal my way
want to
to
be
it.
there. I want to be there. That first time somebody comes up to me like, yo, you saw Shalewa's new video where she does that dance routine with the crutches to the Watch for the Hook song? She crazy, yo.
Look, honestly, if I could be the one that brings back Watch for the Hook to the general, like to the GP, to Gen Pop,
yeah,
I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled to go viral and my music is Watch for the Hook. Get out of here. I would do it for Watch for the Hook, and I would do it for 5 Deuce 4 Trey. Absolutely.
If you would like to see Shalewa put out dance videos on crutches to Watch for the Hook, all you gotta do is subscribe to the show, baby. If you are an Apple, Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think she could keep up with the weird time signature. You are sleeping. She's from Atlanta. She is meant to do this. She's already done it without the crutches. This is just a new layer. 5 stars, you see the vision. You know, like I know, that she broke her ankle on purpose just for this moment.
Right, yes.
You know what I mean? I like this. It's going to happen, yo. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo, at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Des, Tanya Wayman, Lori McDaniel, the man they call Stash. Much appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am excited for the return of Watch for the Hook. That was a great song.
That really was.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Cool Breeze. Are you listening, Cool Breeze? Who knows?
Where are you, Cool Breeze? You a cool dude. Real talk. You deserved more. That was a dope joint. And the album was fire too, low key.
Yeah.
Ain't getting enough love. With Dancing Wizard. Y'all know about the UTEP 2-step, okay?
Wow.
This is Shalewa Sharpe bringing out the Crutch 3.
Okay, the Crutch 3. Uh-huh.
The Crutch 3, you know what I mean? 3 toes down. Shalewa
yes, that's all I can see are 3 toes, honestly. So we don't know how the other 2 are doing, but the 3, they're still wiggling. So we might be all right.
This has been a dance-centric episode of The War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.